Well, hey guys, I got a phone call from my son. He needs me to come help him with a project around his house out on the farm at Griplin. So I'm gonna load up and we'll head that way. Come on, I'll explain as we ride. So hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning back into the channel. You know, here at Project Next, it's all about knocking out projects one by one, and today is no different. I'm so blessed to have my kids that live nearby, and today I got a call from my oldest boy, and we're gonna go do some chainsaw work, and it's to do something that kind of maybe will surprise you. When I get over there, we'll do a little more explaining, but it has to do with his apple trees. So that's totally out of my wheelhouse, but I'm learning, and so is he. None of us are experts, but we're learning every day as we go, and I got some really cool info to share with you about that. So anyway, speaking of info, that's one of the things for the channel. I love doing projects, learning as I go, and sharing that information with you guys. So please don't miss out on any of that, and consider subscribing. Please hit that subscribe button, like, and share with your friends, and we'll get into more detail as we're there. So from now on, I'm cruising to his house, meet up with him here in a few minutes, and we'll get busy with some chainsaw work, and we'll explain in detail what we got going on. So we are up here over at my son's. We call it Griplin. Corey hadn't got home yet, but he'll be here in a minute, and he'll get busy working with me chainsaw. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I have already gassed up and oiled up and ready to head down, and I'll tell you what we got going on. So here Corey has quite a few cedar trees, and something that I had no idea about, because I am not into apple orchards. It's a whole new learning thing for us. But if you have cedar trees anywhere in the vicinity of apple trees, it will cause them to have so many different issues. And when Corey gets here, I'll try to get him to explain the names of some of the stuff. So Corey's got two. One has been hit by lightning and it's all split in the middle. It needs to come down anyway because it looks horrible and there's no way to trim it and fix it. And the other one we're just going to take down. So anyway, you know me guys, let's get busy. Guys, we had to take a break. We're filling up with gas and filling up with bar oil, and then we're gonna get back at it. As we've been sitting here looking, we thought we had 3 trees to do, and every time we look we see another one, and it just keeps adding up. We're up to 6 so far. Well, as always, the jobs that my oldest boy calls me on always gets bigger. I don't know why. Anyway, every time we turn around and look, we see another cedar tree. So anyway, we're up to, I think this is 6 or 7. We got this one to cut and then 2 more. So I'm hoping my gas holds out because I don't want to walk all the way back up to get more. So anyway, let's keep getting it. So it's getting late in the day, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see with this camera, but I wanted to bring you guys over and show you. Now, before I spin the camera around, please understand we planted these. They were baby trees. This will be their third season. We planted 85. They're in 25-foot grid, and so they go all the way over to here and all the way over to there, all the way in the back, and then up here, these are plum trees. I just wanted to walk over and show you. This is a long time coming to be a beautiful apple orchard, but I can't wait to see this in about another 5 or 6 years once the trees are, 10 to 12 foot high or 10 to 15 foot high. So anyway, let me get back around here and we'll get with Corey, and I'll let him explain to you about that disease rot that we're fighting with cutting down these cedar trees. So guys, like I was saying, it just kind of blew me away when my son was telling me about cedar trees and apple trees don't go together, and totally out of my wheelhouse. And so I'm gonna let him explain. Not long after he got the apple trees, there was a gentleman down in Greensboro who has a huge apple orchard, and he was so awesome to share so much info with Corey and help teach him, because everybody here is new in doing this. So this is my oldest boy, Corey, and son, so tell me exactly what we've learned about cedar trees and the proximity of apple trees.
From what we've been told, cedar trees will spread a disease to apple trees called fire blight. It's just a highly infectious, destructive bacteria disease. Things like bees can help spread it, or it can go through the soil within the roots.
And we've already experienced that last year. I came over early in the morning, brought my gator with a sprayer, and we did a bunch of spraying because some of that disease set in. And tell everybody what it looks like as it starts in the tree, and then what it looks like as it progresses.
It starts off with small amber-colored circles, looks like rust. And then with our trees, especially the pear trees, would turn to black, almost like the leaves were burnt. They just would crumble away. But
and then it would slowly go down the limb.
Yeah, so
and the whole limb would turn black.
Yeah, and it would die and crumble. And truth in what they were telling us about where it would go through the soil, because if it would get caught on one tree, and if it was on a decline, you would see the next tree get it in a line.
And we saw quite a bit of that last year. I think we've lost 5 or 6 trees so far.
5 or 6 trees for fire blight and deer.
Yep, and we're going to try to replant those this year, and then in the future, as we continue clearing, we're going to add even more. It won't be a huge apple orchard, but it's going to be really awesome, when it comes to maturity. Can't wait. Obviously we got to wait. It's going to take years, but it's really neat to see that as it's coming together. So as I said last year, a couple of early mornings we came over, dark 30 early, before we both had to go to work, and we got all that sprayed. And it was anti-fungus, what was that?
Just a generic. It was the only brand they had at Lowe's. It was just a fruit tree spray, I think is the name of it.
Yeah. And it kind of kept it in check, but the biggest thing to fix all this is to get rid of the cedar. So that's what we're working on now. Every time we turn around, we saw another one we hadn't even paid attention to that it was there. And so we've got a few more to cut down, but we put a big dent in it today. So anyway, the next phase to this is I'll grab the tractor with the grapple, throw it up on the dump bed trailer or the dump trailer, and bring it over, and we'll start picking all this stuff up, get it put on a pile, and get it all burned down. Then we'll work on getting the stumps dug up and everything else. So as it is here with Project Next, there's always another one, and when you got kids, there's even more. But it's, I love doing it. I love spending time with my son. I think it's great for us to get to do stuff like this together. So anyway, guys, for now, we'll wrap it up today. The next video, hopefully, we'll be back out here with the tractor and the grapple, getting all this stuff picked up. So for now, you guys have a great afternoon, and we'll be back at you soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon.